Yikes.
So we are live. And I want to apologize for the expletive I just wrote on the stream.
You? I'm not going to ask what it was.
We're live.
We are live.
We are. Thanks for hanging in there, everyone.
I was starting to feeling the energy there. It was like taking me away. All of a sudden, it was like almost more like the bear.
As if a pandemic wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indeed. All right.
Let's hear from you, Yorma. We have a question here.
Lay it on me.
This one's easy. Do you have any plans for recording any new projects in the future?
Okay, so that's the answer is we always have plans, but that being said, we have nothing is really even close to being etched in stone. One of the things that Jack and I want to do for the next project, which we actually haven't done for a while, and what a concept, is to actually have the songs written and rehearsed before we go into the studio. And so as soon as we get some songs written, then we'll start talking with Compass Records, who bought Red House, it's a Nashville company, about doing another album with us. The other thing, too, is, you know, you talk about songwriting and stuff you're interested in. You know, my universe of inspiration is a lot different than it was 50 years ago, thank goodness. So we'll see what comes up. We're working on it. We have plans, nothing in concrete, working on it. Long-winded answer, sorry.
Thank you.
Well, that was short. Well, you're welcome. All right. Well, that wild king liquor, it done me wrong. I can't sleep night or day. Terrible feeling comes along. Kick it begins to get away. Potash Fort along the Metro 2, you know they call it sugar. If you drink the bootleg shine, you'll sure have an aching head. Well, now, did you ever wake up on a Sunday morning with them snakes all around your bed? I know you have, but Lord, I have too. I'd rather be dead. Preacher comes around along, gives advice, but then you have to stop. If you get to the bottle first, you know we'll never leave you none at all. Well, now I'll tell you, brother, Lord, I won't lie, what's the matter in this land? Drink it wet, but vote it dry and hide it if they can. Well, pitch a party, Lord, they'll all get drunk and they'll call it society. If they catch you with a pine, good morning, penitentiary. Well, prohibition law kill more folks than Sherman ever seen. They can't get whiskey law, they'll take two dope. I said cocaine and morphine. This old country longshore ain't dry, and dry will never be seen. Oh, well, our business is just a scheme and find money, make a machine. Well, carbolic acid, creosote ought to kill any man. Some get paralyzed, some get well. I said some hit the golden land. Undertaker long got to live. Beat him if you can. Prohibition said, say it again. A money-making fine machine. Cool, that's one off the Blue Country Heart album, did in 2002. Well, let's see, moving right along here. Okay. Are you about to say something, Vanessa, or are you just messing with the camera? Just messing with the camera, okay. So I guess some people have been talking about being able to see my hands. I guess we're doing the best we can. So we want to make sure that you guitar players out here get this G chord. Got that? That's good. Okay. Gave me money to find the sky, and I took it with no question, didn't even ask them why. Days are open and skies are free, and the time it took to learn that couldn't leave its chains on me. Lived in shadows, away from the sun, and the trembling in my heart left my mind and body on the run. Then freedom called me, called out my name. Useless game. Love we wanted was lost in life, and the chances slipped on by me like the flashing sorrows in her eyes. And we ended up together for the first time in our lives. Living just like one is better than wasting time on fearful strife. Our skies are open for us to see, and our freedom soars on upward like the seagull soaring at the sea. And our freedom soars on upward like the seagull soaring at the sea. Thank you. Yeah, that one hasn't been out of the box for a while. I think it could stay, though. Let's let's see. Okay, yeah. Let's see, which one to...
You want to answer a question while you're picking out an instrument? So this one, I don't have it printed out. I'm going to try to remember what he asked,
Okay.
and I can't remember who it was. It was a long, kind of three-part question. I'm going to kind of put it into one. So, so let's see if I can even get. It's like telling the punchline wrong. I hope I get this right. So the person that wrote in wanted to know if it was true Bill Graham had this knack for putting together really diverse musicians.
He sure did, yeah.
And at least diverse from how maybe an audience would look at it. Like I know you, B.B. King, Jefferson Airplane were on the same bill, and they wanted to know, was it true that Bill Thompson used to ask the artists, you guys from the Dead, people that he was close to, who he should book?
You mean Bill Graham, not Bill Thompson.
Did I say Bill Thompson?
You did. Yeah, he's our old
Oh.
man. May he rest in peace. Yeah.
Sorry,
I mean,
Bill Graham.
yeah.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
Bill. You know, Bill was tuned in to a lot of musicians, and he was close to us because he's our manager for a while. So I'm sure he asked people other than us, but yeah, he talked to his local musician buddies all the time, and he also just came up with stuff on his own. Like one of my favorite bills is a Jefferson Airplane on the bill, the Russian poet Yevtushenko reading poetry in Russian, Lawrence Ferlinghetti reading the English translation, and I think Charles Lloyd might have been on that, or maybe it was one of the San Francisco bands, Charles Lloyd or Handy. I forget who. I'd have to look it up. But in any case, I mean, a jazz artist, a poet reading not in English, a local beat hero reading the English translation. I mean, so to me, you know, of course, we were a part of that. That's like one of these classic, really like, wow. I'm not sure that the average audience today would tolerate that stuff. They barely tolerate an opening act. Come on, play some music, whatever.
Well, there's some cool events out there where they combine, you know, like the poetry jams and stuff like that, and they mix young and older artists. So that's it. The times are just.
I'm a grumpy old bastard. I admit it. I'm sure there's something good going on out there.
So did you? I always try to prompt you a little bit because your stories are so great, but didn't you have an interaction with B.B. King when you guys were playing B.B. King?
No, the only interaction I ever had with B.B.
I mean, when he was playing on stage with the Jefferson Airplane audience.
You know something? This is somebody else's story. This is not mine. But I will tell you that I went to the Fillmore in 1964 before it was, you know, the Fillmore that us San Francisco rock guys and everybody else has known since then. And I saw Johnny Talbot and the Thangs, band from Oakland, rhythm and blues band from Oakland, opened. Bobby Blue Bland, the second act, and B.B. King was the lead act. I'm telling you, that was the shit. There's no two ways about that. Did I say that? I did. And then, but the other thing was, I remember, like, you know, probably in the late 60s sometime, we were doing lots of interviews with magazines that today we would consider trivial and silly, like, you know, like Tiger Beat and these teen magazines and stuff like that. Well, anyway, so BB and I were being interviewed by this gal, and she was paying more attention to BB, as she should have, because BB was an elder statesman, and she was going, well, you know, Mr. King, I mean, like, wow, you know, you must really suffer to play the blues and all that. And he goes, girl, you got it all wrong. I play the blues, makes me feel good. So I've taken that to heart ever since. So speaking of blues, that's not very bluesy. Yeah, that is. Okay, so I'm going to do a song that my buddy Roy Bookbinder wrote. It's called Full Go Round, and I've told this story before, but what the heck, I'm going to tell it again, and I only have so many stories. So I heard Roy do this song, and I listened to it, and I went, man, what a great song. Where did you learn that? And he gave me this incredibly hurt look. I wrote it. Anyhow, Full Go Around. We'll put him in the ground, I said 6 feet down, till you hear that coffin sound. You can ring, you can moan, that old boy ain't never coming home. Another man done a full go round, another man done a full go round. You know you can tell your tales, laugh and joke, ponder all day about the words he spoke. You can run, baby, you can hide, but death come creeping up by your side. Another man done a full go round, another man done a full go round. No more worrying about this, I said, fussing about that. In the dog or putting out the cat. Eat your biscuits and gravy, long as you smoke and drink, 'cause don't make no matter what nobody thinks. Another man done a full go round, another man done a full go round. Winter, summer, spring, and fall, you know, you got to go when the good Lord calls. Made us laugh until we cried, but we never had a chance to say goodbye. Another man done a full go round, another man done a full go round. You know, put him in the ground, I said 6 feet down, till you hear that coffin sound. You can weep on, you can moan, that old boy ain't never coming home. Another man done a full go round, another man done a full go round. Thanks. Yeah, okay, all righty then. Let's see. Boy, so many guitars, so little time. So many drummers and bass players, so little time. No, I'm just kidding about that. Let's see here. All right. Called Life Well Lived. Thank you.
Hi, Yorma.
You don't need your mask on to talk to me behind the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I forget who wrote this. They would like to know, did you play with Buddy Cage, and do you have any good Buddy Cage stories to share? Keep it clean.
Okay, well, I've known may he rest in peace, but Buddy was such a great guy and such a great musician. Buddy and I, over the years, got to know each other and did a lot of crazy stuff that probably doesn't bear a whole lot of retelling, but I mean, anybody that knew Buddy, he was just an incredibly brilliant but lovable eccentric. But I didn't have personal experience of this, but knowing Buddy, if you look at Buddy's discography, Buddy was in Anne Murray's band for a long time. Remember Snowbird, Danny's song? I mean, I don't know Anne Murray, and her music was very pretty, but she always looked like butter would melt in her mouth. The thought of Buddy and his buddies in her band, I mean, just picture it. That's all I could say. Just picture it. That's all I could say, Ness.
Well, he taught a table steel class,
A pedal steel.
pedal steel
Yeah.
class here.
Yeah,
Probably maybe 14
yeah,
years ago.
decade and
something
a
like
half
that
ago,
now. Yep.
yeah.
And it was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean,
really
Buddy,
was.
may he rest in peace. He was, he played a 12-string double neck. I mean, just, I miss him. I really do. I mean, not the least of which is because he was just so delightfully wacky at all times. But man, could he play. Man, could he play. Okay, let's see what we got here. Well, let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got the big river blue. Let it rise, let it fall, let it reach the shore, 'cause I got the big river blue. Well, give me back my old boat. I'm gonna see if it will float, 'cause I got them big river blues. I got them big river blues. Well, my old gal, good old pal, she walks like a waterfowl, and I got them big river blues. But there's no one to cry for me. The fishes have a grand old spree, and thought I got them big river blues. Well, now I say goodbye. If my sin let me die, 'cause I got the river blues. There's no one to me them fishes have a grand old spree. I got them big river blues.
I think
Yikes.
I think that story I was trying to remember was Muddy Waters and you guys playing at.
Oh, Muddy, yeah. Well, you know, we were so lucky to get know guys like Muddy. I mean, you know, we didn't get to play with them like Bob Margolin or Mike Bloomfield, those guys, but we did get to work with them. I remember early on in the Airplane career would have been early in late in the year 65, but early in our tenure as the band, probably after August. We went to Vancouver, BC. Sig was still in the band. Signe was still in the band back then. And we did a bunch of shows with Muddy up there, Simon Fraser University, a bunch of other stuff. And I remember at the time, because he was he was one of the masters, so he was such a hero to me that I found it a little bit odd that, you know, that he was opening for us, but he was a gracious gentleman. And in fact, the hand-screened poster of that gig is in John Hurlbut's office. You're welcome, John.
And didn't he love your female fans?
Perhaps. You know.
I mean, didn't he like the dancers?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, it was a new ball game for a lot of the stuff that they did. I mean, coming out of Chicago and used to working in hard edge bars and stuff like that, and coming out to the West Coast. I mean, back then, Vancouver was like more San Francisco than San Francisco was, and there were a lot of scantily clad young things dancing around. Some of them were guys too, but hey, what can I say? Anyhow, yeah. So, yeah, okay. So I'm going to do another song here, and then we're going to get Mr. Hurlbut to come up and see what delight he has in store for us today. So I thought about this one because I normally do it electrically, but Jack, if you're out there, I miss you, buddy. I miss you, buddy. You know, I'll never forget, we were on, it was right after the Paradise Found album. We were all on the bus doing a Hot Tuna tour. This is before cell phones. And you know, Jack, and we all have our idiosyncrasies, you know. I'm sure I have mine. Vanessa doesn't like the way I chew, and, you know, stuff like that. So anyway, so we're in Florida. We're near Punta Gorda. It's on the west coast of Florida. Now, I'm sure Jack would have to admit this. Jack is a guy, when the bus pulls into the station, everybody gets off to do what they need to do. The driver puts fuel in the bus, all this stuff happens, and as soon as everybody's coming back to the bus, that's when Jack customarily gets off the bus. So in any case, well, we're used to that now, so we look out for him. And we have cell phones. So in any case, so we pulled into this truck stop down there, and people got off, people got on, Jack got off, and we just forgot to get him back on again. We started driving.
I think
now
the driver said, "Everybody on," and
yeah,
we all said yes.
Sure. Yeah, so yeah, it was the driver's fault. Anyway, so we start driving. Now, cell phones have ruined a lot of the fun of CBs. But I used to be a CB nut. And in those days, I had 2 walkie-talkie CBs with us on the bus so we could fool around with them. So we're on the bus, and finally we're down the road, and we realize we've forgotten Jack. But there's no place to turn around. We didn't have a cell phone, so we couldn't call him. So we get on the CB in the back of the bus and pretended to be Jack. And we started busting the driver's chops. "You left me. I'm back in Punta Gorda. We got to go back." And we hear the driver screaming, "I'm coming to get you, buddy. I'm coming for you." Anyway, good times on the road. Good times. World's an oyster in your stew. You know you've got a hungry friend. Favorite horse horse has turned to glue. Don't kid yourself about the end. Well, now if life ain't living time ain't no fun, you got to jump out the window and run. Trouble, trouble, round the door. The stork has left her chimney bare. Favorite horse has turned to glue. Satisfaction just ain't there. Well, now when Christmas comes, Santa's in bed. The stocking covers up your head. Trouble, trouble, round your door. The stork has left her chimney bare. Favorite horse has turned to glue. Satisfaction just ain't there. Well, now when Christmas comes, Santa's in bed. The stocking covers up your head. Cool. Mr. Hurlbut. Well, while you're settling yourself on your throne, let me get one of the flamang guitars.
Boy, you're good, boy. Boy, she's good. She's good. Thank you, Izzy. Izzy, thank you so much.
That's my girl.
Yep. And what a gal she is.
Let me triple check my tuning here, John.
Oh, hey, that's a good idea. I'll do mine too.
So you're using one of those Aztec calendar tunings. It's like
Oh, yes.
436 point.
At least 436.7. Sounding mighty fine here tonight, Yorma.
Well, thanks, John. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I wrote the wrong songs down here. So we're gonna. What are you starting off with?
How about a good old Bob Dylan song?
Good.
Sound good?
BD. Big Dog, Bob Dylan.
Right. Hello, everybody out there. Good to see you tonight. Fur Peace Ranch students, we missing you. We were thinking Woody Man and Yorm would be here teaching
And
this
if it
weekend.
wasn't,
And
who would have been doing the concert?
John
tonight?
Hammond would be on this stage right now.
Well, we're looking forward to getting you by.
We'll get him
back,
later
John.
in the fall when he comes
Amen.
back, boy. We'll get it. We're going to catch up on a lot of good times with everybody.
Yep.
Yep. And I do want to say thank you to Israel Kalkinen for all the great camera work and all your help. And, of course, Myron at the soundboard. Thank you, Myron. They say everything can be replaced, but every distance is not near. That's why I remember every face of every man who put me here. I see my light, it comes shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, Lord, I shall be relieved. They say every man needs protection. They say every man must fall. Still I can swear I can see my reflection somewhere so high above this wall. I see my light, it comes shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, Lord, I shall be relieved. Somewhere out there in this lonely crowd is a man who swears he's not to blame. All day long I hear him shout so loud, crying out that he was framed. I see my light, it comes shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, Lord, I shall be relieved. Any day now, any day now, Lord, I shall be relieved. Any day now, any day now, Lord, Lord, I shall be, Lord, I shall be relieved. Thank you, Yorma. Thank you. All right.
Good one, John.
Capo song.
Capo.
Capo.
Let's see if,
It's right behind the $5 bills.
yeah, very good.
Well, I just would like to say that this next song that you and I are going to do is an old Curtis Mayfield song, and it's called "People Get Ready." And there's so many great people that have done this. When I and Yorma were talking the other day, Yorma and I were talking, and he mentioned the Rod the Mod Stewart and Jeff Beck version, which is just incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got to check that out. I don't care whether you're a Rod Stewart fan or not. This is an incredible version of that song, and Jeff does a great job. Of course, it's just a great version of the song.
And of course, I did say to you that, well, have you heard Aretha Franklin's version? That's great. Of course, you said, of course it's great. It's Aretha. Now, for this version, I took it off of a Spencer Bowren arrangement, our dear friend Spencer Bowren. And I want to say, Vanessa was mentioning about the CDs. We have an incredible stock of some great CDs in our company store, and Miss Kelly's back there ready to fill the orders. And I know a lot of people can't get out to their local stores and they get the CDs, but we have a great selection there in the company store, including all these Spencer Bowren CDs, which could be hard to find in other places, but not at the Fur Peace Ranch Company store. And my favorite of the month is that Cindy Cash Dollar Waltz for Abilene, her newest CD out.
Oh, I haven't even heard that. I gotta check that out.
It's a new release we've just got in, and it is just fantastic, just fantastic.
You know what? My two current CDs. Well, the latest CD that I bought was Yorma Kaukonen Christmas. I had to go to eBay for that. $35, worth every penny.
Collector's item.
Yeah.
Collector's item.
But I've just been revisiting the John Hyatt album, Walk On. Give it a listen and pay special attention to Native Son. That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's brilliant.
Especially with, the way the world is today and all. Anyhow, yeah, John Hyatt. Let it rip, John.
Okay. People get ready, there's a train a-comin', picking up passengers from coast to coast. All you need is faith, hear those diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just get on board. People get ready for the train to Jordan. Don't need no baggage, just thank the Lord. Faith is the key to open the door. There's room for all in the kingdom of salvation. There ain't no room for the hopeless sinner. Forsake all mankind to save his own. Have mercy, our chances grow thinner. There ain't no hiding place from the Father of creation. People get ready, there's a train a-comin', picking up passengers from coast to coast. All you need is faith, hear those diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just get on board. Thank you, and thank you, Armin. Bless up, everybody. Stay healthy and happy.
Yeah, thanks, John. That was awesome, man.
you.
Cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, very cool. All right. Do another little song off the Qual album. You know, I toured with our good buddy Barry Mitterhoff for over a decade, and I used to love doing this tune with him. I miss you, Bear, but I'll do my best. Cool.
I love the story behind the title of that song.
Yeah, it's called I'll Let You Know Before I Leave. You know, looking back on stuff, when you're young doing stuff, you just think you invented everything. And I realize today that we may have modified rock and roll in some ways, but we certainly didn't invent either sex, drugs, or being a wise ass. So anyway, did the song. Mallory Earl and Jack, who were producing and engineering, and said, "What do you call that thing?" And I said, "I don't know. I'll let you know before I leave." And they wrote it down. And what a great title! I'm a genius. Get the old Gibson out for this one here.
I want to remind everyone that the submissions for the chorus part of This Land Is Your Land that we asked for last week, as soon as this show is over, that link will be live. I'll post it on my Facebook page, but I think Andy's going to have it up on our YouTube channel. So hope you all check it out. Love to hear what you think about it. Andy did a fantastic job, and a special thank you to everyone who submitted that we were actually able to get
Absolutely.
in. Some things were just either too long or for whatever reason didn't work.
We did the best
right.
we could, but thanks anyway.
Yeah.
We'll do something else. There'll be another time.
I need to tell you, Myron, I'm not going to call anyone out, but I needed to have this one woman who had just a fantastically beautiful voice, but she did the video. She clearly wasn't watching because it was in the wrong key. So I said,
That's the
listen,
story of our life, Vanessa.
at that point, all the submissions that I'd gotten were from middle-aged guys slumped on their couch watching it in the dark, and I go, I really want your voice. Can you redo it? Watch John, and can you sing it in, the key of C? So she graciously redid it, and it was, fantastic. So we do have, some female voices, but the little
Thank God.
the little banter between her and me after the fact is she said, I really like that Myron. Is he single? And so we went back and forth. I'm like, I'll give you the information afterwards.
What was this, the Fur Peach Ranch single service? I think I remember years ago when we were working with your sister Ginger. Didn't she say something like, "Fall in love with the Fur Peach Ranch"? I did. Okay, so. We're gonna keep on moving now. Though we're in one place, gotta make time start slipping on at a faster pace. We'll keep spinning on our hand way, trying to enter to that doorway. Miss it if you hesitate. Hey, hey. Shadow Mountain to the pool of fire's eye. push now, till we can't push no more. Down the alley of today and in tomorrow's door. World keeps spinning, I can't wait. Find an answer to that doorway. If you hesitate, hey, hey. I got wings of steel to fly past the winds of Shadow Mountain through the pool of the fire's eyes. Thank you. Well, cool, Vanessa. We're getting ready to come in for a landing here. It's been swell, as always.
It has been swell. These are really something that we look forward to all week long. So
And it
when
really means a lot to us on a lot of levels.
when there's a tiny little error and we're like, 5 or 10 minutes late figuring out whatever.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Thank you. Nobody expects bands to start on time when it's live, but you know how I get. I want everything, to go the way I wrote it in my mind.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So we want to thank everyone for their continued support. Thank you, Myron,
Yeah,
and
man.
Andy, and Izzy, and John, Yorma. You're the man. Thank you so much for. This is now a part of, this is all you think about. You're teaching all week long, and your shows on Saturday night here. You were up here all day today. And
I was.
Really, thank you so much.
Well, my
Thank
pleasure.
you so much.
Well, first of all, I actually strung all the guitars. Guitar players will appreciate that. Strung them all, tuned them all. Didn't play them all tonight, but I got to look at them. Maybe next week. We'll see.
Okay, there's some song requests coming in.
Good. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, I'll give them to you, and there'll be more questions. And again, everybody watch the This Land Is Your Land. We think it's really cool. Please share it, get it out there, because we're all in this together, whether you think that or not. I think, in your heart of hearts, we really are. We're a great country, and despite the social distancing and the times of disruption and separation, some really amazing acts of love and community building things. We've seen it. We're living it. And I'm sure you're seeing it and living it in your community. So that's what we need to focus on, in a really bizarre way, these times of separation have made us better.
Well said. Couldn't have said it better myself.
So we'll see you next week, everybody.
Yeah.
Yorma, Myron, Andy. Did I thank Andy? I hope I thanked Andy.
I think you said Andy.
She's awesome. Andy is a new mom and, volunteers to do this each week. And you guys thought I was pulling my hair out at the beginning of the show. But she's cool, calm, and collective, as they say. So we'll be here next week. And John, you want to come back next week? Great.
We might even actually see Myron next week, too.
Yeah, good.
Myron and Andy both have their collective fingers on the suck button, so we have to be really nice to them at all times.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, man. So Oh, and thanks Vanessa too, by the way. You thought I was going to forget, didn't you? You did.
My daughter just rolled her eyes.
Oh, say it isn't so. So anyway, so yeah, so this one's I'm gonna mention our buddy up there in who's sequestered in his parents' basement in West Hempstead in Long Island. Mr. Phil Jacobs, our longtime companion on the road. He's been pestering me to do this song for the last in any case, I'd like to send the song out to him. And it's called 9 Pound Hammer, which is a little, how heavy is it, Myron? It's a little too heavy, isn't it? Okay. For my size, anyway, right, okay. So. This 9-pound hammer, a little too heavy for my side, no butter for my side. Roll on butter, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when that wheel won't go? Long way from Harlem, way from Hazard. Get a little brew, hey, get a little brew. Roll on butter, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when that wheel won't go? Nobody down in this tunnel ring like mine, ring like mine, ring like silver, ring like gold, ring like silver, ring like gold. We'll roll on butter, roll so slow. How can I roll when that wheel won't go? They'll roll on butter, roll so slow. Can I roll when that wheel won't go? Mama, when I'm long gone, won't you make my tombstone? Number 9 coal, number 9 coal. Roll on, buddy, won't you roll so slow? And I roll when that wheel won't go. Roll on, buddy, won't you roll so low? Can I roll when that wheel won't go? Thanks a lot, folks. See you all next week. Stay safe, stay well.